They've come out of the closet and are ready to be labeled. It's time to meet the clothes that made the cut for Cleveland's fashion elite from the turn of the 20th century to the 1980s. Now you can see dozens of these designs on display. They're all part of Dior and More, an exhibit at the Western Reserve Historical Society. It shows fashion can be more than window dressing. Danielle Peck is here to run down a few of these runway classics. Danielle is the Senior Registrar at Western Reserve Historical Society, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So Dior top drawer designer, are you saying high fashion females in our area wore designer duds?
Oh yes. Cleveland women have always been fashionable, and our collections help support that fact. We have everything from Paris house haute couture to luxury ready-to-wear with some American designers as well, and they've been worn by some notable Cleveland women, and also the Western Reserve of Ohio, including Mrs. Kenyon C. Bolton and Mrs. Harvey Firestone Jr. from the Firestone Company.
Very good. And to put this exhibit together, to get all these beautiful dresses, you didn't have to go shop around, did you?
No, the curators went shopping in our own collections for that. We had very great designers to choose from. Some of the heavy hitters like Christian Dior, from when Christian Dior was still alive, Jacques Feth, Balmain, Balenciaga, you name it, we've got it.
Well, those names sure mean a lot to me, but take us on a tour of a few of these fashion finds that you have.
Well, we start the exhibit with a wonderful blue Christian Dior spring-summer 1954 ensemble. And it just shows his mastery of the craft. It's a navy blue silk with a very nice waist, worn by Mrs. Firestone.
This would have been from about what time period?
1954.
Great, great.
And it's just stunning.
This one, what's this?
This is a very interesting designer known as, his name is Bob Bugnon, and he was a Paris designer who actually had an elite salon in New York. So his clients could come to New York for the fittings, select the ensembles. The work was done in Paris, so it was considered haute couture, and then it was shipped back to the States to do the final fittings so that the women didn't have to be going to Europe all the time to select their designs.
And the designer of this dress also designed for people like Mrs. Kennedy, I understand.
Yes, he had a very select and very good clientele. Even the Duchess of Windsor, Jacqueline Kennedy, and Mrs. Firestone was also a notable client.
Now the frocks in the collection focus on Cleveland women, but there was an exception to that, right?
Yes, we will make the exception for Audrey Hepburn. We have her second wedding ensemble from her wedding to Dr. Andrea Doty, and it is a pink twill, and it's actually the dress and the coat underneath it. She was married in January in Switzerland, so we have the coat because it would have been cold. And then years later, her son, Sean Hepburn Ferrer, contacted us, and while cleaning out his mother's closet, found the hat that goes with the wedding ensemble and contacted us, and we said we would be delighted to have it, so it was paired together.
Very good.
So she's an exception to the Northeast Ohio rule, but we'll make that exception for Audrey.
Well, it's a great exhibit. I encourage our viewers to go take a look. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
The exhibit is Dressed for Success, and you can see the complete fashion show at the Western Reserve Historical Society now through March 2014. My thanks to Danielle Peck, Western Reserve Historical Society Senior Registrar, for a model presentation.
To find out more, call the Western Reserve Historical Society at 216-721-5722 or click to www.wrhs.org. Next, do you need a safe deposit box?